If the impeachment is bullshit, you must acquit. Socrates Fool here. You can call me the Fool. Welcome to my channel, if you made it. I don't think you did, because I haven't had anybody viewing yet. Well, maybe my sister, but, thanks. All right, well, told you it was going to be a big week, and it was. So, let's talk about a few things. State of the Union, that was on Tuesday, and it was grand. If you didn't see it, you screwed up, because it was one of the best State of the Unions I've ever seen. It was a fantastic speech. And a lot of the things that happened during it were pretty funny, too. Pretty good. So we'll talk about that. The impeachment, we'll talk about that here in a minute, though it's no longer there. What else we got? All kinds of stuff this week. Yesterday was my birthday. 61 years old. Didn't think I'd make it this long, that's for sure. See, I made some notes, actually, finally. Okay, well, we're just going to start and get right into the State of the Union on Tuesday. It was fantastic. God, Trump is a speaker. I don't know if he wrote the speech himself or if he had help or if he had just a speechwriter write it. Doesn't matter. Many presidents use speechwriters. And as long as the president believes what he's saying and it's along the lines of what he wants to say, that's all that matters. Speechwriters just help. They do all kinds of things depending on the president. Anything from just dressing up what the president's trying to say to actually creating the speech. So I don't think that happens with Donald Trump. I think everything is from his heart pretty much. And I don't believe I'm saying it even. Almost every time I finish watching him speak, I just think to myself, I still feel like this is a dream. I can't believe this. Donald Trump actually became president and is damn good at it. He is cleaning the swamp. He's being consistent on taking care of the promises he made during his campaign. He's got the economy going. He's bringing jobs back. He's fighting China in ways you don't realize. I've been saying this for over 20 years, that China was deemed to be the next superpower. I had all kinds of people telling me bullshit and this and that. Oh, I read this. Oh, I read that. Oh, you don't know jack shit. And look, I'm right. Motherfuckers are trying to take over the world. Not just through China itself, but militarily or whatever. But they own shit everywhere. And they own a lot of shit in this country. There's some big shit coming down. All I can do is say that. Watch and check it out. It's coming. But as you watch and you see these things, believe. Believe that we actually have a president that is going to take care of the things he's said. He has made promises and he's kept them. Like I said, the economy's great. Jobs are coming back. He's renegotiating. He's fighting the deep state. He's helped Brexit. He's helped others. He got rid of trade agreements that were shitty for us, and even said so himself. He said, I don't blame these other countries. If somebody offered me a deal like this, I'd take it too. It was the selling out of America, and it's coming. The information is coming, and you're not gonna believe it, but you got to, because it's for real. They were selling out America. And that has a lot to do with names you know, and names you just learned, and names you may not be familiar with. But the top dogs that have been in power for a long time, they're the top dogs of it all. So the State of the Union, it started off pretty funny. Trump comes in and he hands a copy of the speech to Pence and one to Pelosi, and then turns back to the podium And Pelosi, Nasty Pig Pelosi, actually stuck out her hand, to shake the president's hand, and he pulled it off well, that it didn't look like he even noticed it, but everybody called it a snub, and I think it was a fucking snub. Why the fuck should he shake her goddamn hand? She's been behind most of this crap that's going on the whole time. Impeachment. We won't have an impeachment unless it's bipartisan, unless it's extremely necessary, unless the facts are there. Well, they didn't have any facts. They didn't have any proof. It was not necessary, and it was completely bipartisan, except for the defense. Well, no, it was completely partisan, except for the few people that went over against the impeachment, and then one turncoat from the Republicans. Mitt Romney. Never liked that son of a bitch. And most of the people in Utah don't like him right now either. I hope, as John Ward would put it, if you've never seen John Ward videos, check him out. John Ward. As he would put it, watch Mitt Romney end Mitch Romney's career. And I think that's just what he did. I've never liked that son of a bitch. He's in on this deep state shit, too. Might as well be a Democrat. He's like a fucking rhino. Worse than a rhino, he's like a Democratic spy in the Republican Party, I think. He's a piece of crap. Now, you want to know how I really feel? Fuck Mitt Romney. All right, so the handshake, we got... There were some really nice things going on, but first I must say, we have the most beautiful and the classiest First Lady in the fucking world, and in all of our history as far as I'm concerned. At least, I don't know how classy the old ladies were way back, I don't know. But in my lifetime, Jackie Onassis was nothing compared to Melania Trump. She's beautiful. She's smart. She speaks 5 fucking languages. And she backs Trump 100%. You can tell. There's no... he gets enough flack from the Dems and everything the whole time he's been in office, before he got into office, and he's still getting shit done. But she ain't one of the problems in his life. She is there and supports him. God bless Melania Trump, our First Lady. Beautiful woman, inside and out. Let's see. We had one of the original Tuskegee Airmen, which some people don't know. God, people don't know history anymore. They haven't taught shit in schools anymore. That's another thing. China's been pumping billions into our universities. Almost $1 billion to Harvard alone last year. And many others. USC and Pennsylvania were second and third place for the amounts of money China's. I'm telling you, China is trying to buy the world, and that's how they're going to take over. Once they get the world, and they're building their army, as Trump has said, to be the strongest. They haven't outdone us yet, but they're working on it. So we had one of the original... See, I told you I go off on tangents, and then I zoom right back around eventually. So one of the original Tuskegee Airmen was there. 103 years old, motherfucker. Awesome. If you don't know about the Tuskegee Airmen, look up one of the vids on YouTube. The history of the Tuskegee Airmen. It'll blow your mind. These guys were awesome. They were a squadron of black fighter pilots. And when they came back from war... they got shit for being black still. Nobody but the black, pretty much the black population honored these guys, and it's been horrible up until about 20 years ago. I think a couple films came out, and it was really good. But so this he recognizes this guy from one of the Tuskegee Airmen, 103 years old, fought in World War II, Korea, Vietnam, flying airplanes. And he promoted him right there to Brigadier General. Oh my God, that was awesome! I thought that was very touching. And then his grandson or great grandson, the Tuskegee Airmen's guy, he was there with him. And this kid, he wants to be part of the new space program. Following his grandfather's footsteps, but beyond. Pretty awesome. I was lit up by that. It was really neat. Let's see, Rush Limbaugh. I've never been a fan of Rush Limbaugh's, to be honest. He rubs me the wrong way. I just don't like his blanket statements and how caustic he is, though people could probably say the same about me. I don't care, say it. Never really agreed with him. I've listened to him off and on, mostly off. I've heard him mostly in the past, but I try not to listen to him. He made an announcement this week, I guess, that he's got lung cancer. And to be honest, he was there. Trump pointed him out, and he was there at the State of the Union, and he looked like somebody who just announced that they have lung cancer. He looked like so many people when they find out they have cancer, they die soon after. Maybe it's because they wait so long to find out. Maybe it's the mental thing where it just gets you down and you give up. I don't know. A lot of times when celebrities announce it, they don't announce it immediately. I don't know if he did or not. They wait until it's late and everything they've tried hasn't worked. But to be honest, he looked really bad. And President Trump awarded him right there on the spot. Melania put it on him, but awarded him the United States the Medal of Freedom, American Medal of Freedom. And to be honest, like I said, I'm not a big fan of Rush Limbaugh's, but this dude has put his life out there in front of everybody and continues to do so. With the cancer and all. I mean, he put his opioid addiction out there. He put, that's the guy, all right? I don't like him, but he ain't a bad guy, I suppose. But I got to tell you, I choked up just a little bit when he announced it and he was awarding it to him right there on the spot for a couple of reasons. One, he probably deserves it, and that's cool. Two, I think it's a great honor. Three, I love Trump and I trust him. And four, doing it right there on the spot, I felt that it was because he didn't have time to make it to an awards ceremony. Enough time left, and that got me, a little emotional right there. Just thinking about that, it's like, poor motherfucker. This dude. Well, don't be surprised if you hear in the next few weeks or months that Rush Limbaugh has passed. And all I'd be able to say is, God bless you, Rush Limbaugh. Thanks for what you did, or what you've done. People liked him, people listened to him. So, God bless you, Rush. Along those lines, also, I just popped in my head, Glenn Beck. He used to be considered just a loon, and a lot of people still consider him a loon. I used to. I don't know, if he finally found his niche or not, but he's put out a video that was really good on what's going on with the deep state and all this other stuff. And he no longer, hates Trump. Maybe that's because he's on the blaze now and actually has some sense, But this is the guy that stuck his face in Cheetos, Orange Man, trying to make fun of Trump at the very beginning and all. But Glenn Beck has always had an incredible following. And so if he's red-pilling people and people are waking up because they're Glenn Beck fans, more power to him. I'm glad for that, I still think he's kind of loony. But, hey, even a loony person knows things and can tell the truth. Remember, I'm the fool. All right, so that was Rush Limbaugh, First Lady. I love her. The Dems didn't clap for crap the whole time. It was really incredible to watch. Every time, Trump's up there talking about the economy. Republicans are clapping. Dems, they're sitting on their hands. They're not doing nothing. Lowest rates for unemployment for the black community, the Asian community, women, for young people. Just all these pluses that have come out of this economy that is because of Trump. They didn't applaud for anything. Well, a couple of them stood up and applauded for a couple other things, but it wasn't. It was embarrassing that how much they didn't applaud for America. I, there's been times in my life, in my younger days, 20 years, 30 years old. We're talking back in the 80s and, up to the 90s and shit. I didn't consider myself all that patriotic. As a kid, I was. I used to, oh man, I fell for all of it as a kid, and I loved it, and it was great. And I always thought, that's America. God damn it, I want that America now. As I got older, I started flying the flag about 15 years ago. Something like that. I don't know. Yeah, about 15 years ago, I started flying my flag every day. And as things rolled on, I became more of a patriot. And with Trump, I totally am a patriot. My flag's out all the time. And I put out a little sign every day where I live, one of those dry erase things with little statements and quotes and things to make people think and patriotic stuff. God damn right I'm a patriot. I love America, and I want my America back. Well, there, we said it. So there we go. What the hell did I do with my papers? Oh, there we go. Oh, you're going to get fucked up there for a second. I had to get my cigarette papers. Let's see. So, we got patriotism. No clapping Dems. They can all just go straight to hell as far as I'm concerned. They're useless socialistic crap. Socialism. And oh boy, Trump said that. Socialism will not take over our health care. And he's said it many times. Socialism is not welcome in America. And you're goddamn right it's not. Look at Bernie Sanders, the socialist. He spent his honeymoon in Russia, in Moscow. That's got to tell you something. Sure, he was a young man with ideas and ideals, but communism? Come on. Besides that, he's a fucking millionaire. A millionaire fucking socialist. Fuck Bernie Sanders. I think most people have seen through him. As we've talked about, Bernie, nah. Warren, pathological liar. She ain't getting anywhere. Biden, Jesus Christ, he's senile. So what do they got? Bloomberg? Nah. He's a cuck. They got nothing. So this might surprise you. Hillary fucking Clinton. Hillary with an E. She came out, I think, yesterday or the day before, saying that she'd be willing to run as the vice presidential person on any other Democrat's ticket. She's willing to help. Jesus Christ, how stupid would you have to be to pick her as your vice president? So many reasons, but singularly, the biggest reason of all, she's then a heartbeat away from the presidency. Your heartbeat. You ever heard about the Clinton body list? The dead body list, the death list, whatever. A lot of people that have dealt with the Clintons, they die. Like many suicides. 2 shots to the head, suicides. Yeah. Little strange. Yeah. Hillary Clinton as vice president to anybody, that fucking person's life ain't worth a shit. Unless they've already made a deal saying they'd step down for health reasons or something else and she'd get presidency. She's still trying. She's still looking to do it. And the Dems got nobody right now, so it's possible. All right, so let's go back. State of the Union, blah, 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 HRCVP. Oh, and then Nancy Pelosi, of course, the biggest thing is she ripped up the State of the Union right there in front of God and everybody, right behind his back after he ended the speech. Just had to make a scene out of it. And if you watch during the speech, you can see she takes little bits of it, like 8 pages or 6 pages at a time, and holds them down here, and she's tearing them. She's, down below the desk. And not tearing them big, just enough to get it started. It was all planned the whole time she did it, and it was very, very classless. Of course, Nancy Pelosi really has no class. Miss, I'm a Catholic. I don't hate. Nah, but you're all for abortion, aren't you? Fucking whore. A lot of shit's gonna come out. There's this new kid, something, Deanna something, I think. Was her name? I can't remember for sure. I just saw a blip on it. She's running against Pelosi, and she could have a good one. But I don't think she's got to worry too much. I think Pelosi's going down and all this fucking shit soon. Really cool little anecdote though. There was a plane flying over San Francisco, Nancy Pelosi shit city area, shit literally area, and the plane flying overhead had a big banner behind it that said Pelosi for prison. So yeah, pretty groovy. Trump also said that he's introducing a bill to Congress to make it possible for families of victims of these assholes that are let into sanctuary cities and states instead of being turned into ICE. This bill allows these families to sue the states and the cities. They ought to pay somehow. There's too many people are getting harmed by these assholes. 92-year-old lady gets beaten and raped in a parking lot and left for dead, and she froze to death by a fucking punk-ass motherfucker that wasn't turned in. They let him go. It was in New York, I believe, which is, a sanctuary. Fuck you. Why the fuck should we give sanctuary to people from other countries and not to our own people? America, god damn it. I'm pissed off. That pisses me off. I can't wait to see this go down, and I'm hoping to see a couple people hanged for treason, and it should happen. After the State of the Union, the very next day on Wednesday, the day he was acquitted of the impeachment bullshit, he did a prayer breakfast, the annual prayer breakfast or whatever it was, for the Congress, not Congress, but whatever, some prayer breakfast, all right? And Mitt Romney happened to be there, and Nasty Pig Pelosi was there, and she was at the head table up there, and Trump gets up, and he was the guest of honor, and he starts talking about people that don't have America in mind, that have their own interest in mind rather than America or the citizens. And then he says, and people, I just can't understand, or I'm paraphrasing totally, or I think it's terrible that people say they pray for you when they're praying against you. That's exactly, he was right into the fucking Pelosi. That was awesome. Nice dig right there. That senile old bitch is fucking, her days are numbered, and I'm glad to hear it. So that was really good too. A couple other things. We're already at 23. I'm not going to get into. I had a neat little word exchange with a woman in the laundry room today. It was called her a bitch. That was the face she made. And a couple other ladies in there, and you're a bitch. So, well, you're using 8 out of 12 washing machines. You're an inconsiderate. And she told me, goes, you can't call a woman a bitch. I said, yeah, I can. You ever hear of the First Amendment, you inconsiderate bitch? She said, yeah, a lot of things. It was funny. I got a laugh out of it, actually. Went and did my laundry somewhere else. It was fun. The look on her face, though, was just like, nobody ever called her a bitch before. And I find that hard to believe. I've seen this lady around here, and she's got what they call that permanent resting bitch face. She totally does. So what that face she made was so comical, it looked like right out of a cartoon. It pleased me. All right, there's that little story. Blah 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 blah. Blah. Check out OAN's OAN on YouTube. Liz Wheeler, Tipping Points with Liz Wheeler on OAN. She's always got some really good stuff. And also, iPod, In Pursuit of Truth, and X22 Files. Check out his X22, the geopolitical vid he made. He makes two every day. One's economy and one's geopolitical. Check that one out today. Really good shit in there, and it's mind blowing. iPod, he's always up on stuff. Check his stuff out too. There are some really good vids. I know nobody's watching this. Nobody's gonna go and check them out. And if they ever do see this, I know if you are watching this, you're probably watching this a couple months later. So. Yeah, you lost out. Hopefully everything's working out pretty good for us by now. I wonder. Nah, I can't tell the future. All right, here's my prediction on the future. As you are watching this months later after I made it, the McRib is available again at McDonald's. I don't know. I don't give a shit. I wouldn't eat that thing. So that's pretty much where we're sitting. No clap, no. All right. Well, we're almost there to half an hour, and so let's just round it up here a little bit and tell you a little one here. So this Arizona cop pulls over this old lady. She's probably in her 90s, and she's driving down the street, and he pulls her over, and he comes up to the car and says, "Ma'am, you did this, you did that, blah blah. I just wanted to." Stop you and give you a warning about things. And while I'm talking to you, I got to ask, though, do you have any guns in the car? Little old lady says, well, this is Arizona, and it's legal. And he says, well, yeah, I was just like to know. She says, yes. She says, I have this. And she pulls a snub-nosed 38 out of her purse. Oh, okay, thank you. Can you hand me that? And she hands it to him, and he looks it over and puts it on top of the car and says, all right, well, I appreciate that. And she says, well, and I have this also. And she reaches under her seat. She pulls out a 9mm, hands it to the cop. And he says, oh, okay, well, thanks. Okay. And she says, now, there is this one. She reaches over, and in the center column, between the seats, she pulls out a .357 fucking Magnum revolver, hands it to the cop, and he's kind of blown away, and then she reaches down, opens her glove box, and pulls out a .45 automatic and hands it to him. And he's like, ma'am, jeez, you got a lot of guns here. And they're all up on top of the car as he's talking to her. And he says, that just kind of blows me away. She's like, oh, wait, I almost forgot. She reaches up above her visor and pulls out a 2-shot Derringer and hands it to him. And the cop looks at her and he goes, ma'am, what are you afraid of? She looked at him. She said, Sonny, not a goddamn thing. I love that. Little sour diesel before dawn. Tip of the day, smoking grass. Better make it a quick one. Just do it. I think I've used that tip before. All right, just do it frequently. Yeah, I probably use that one too. Smoke pipes. Don't smoke joints if you smoke by yourself. If you smoke a joint, a lot of the smoke goes up in smoke. It just floats away, and you're losing a lot of THC. You're losing a lot of potential buzz. If you use a pipe, you can hit it, cap it off with something, even your thumb. This is my capper, though. I use it all the time. Jar off a small lid of a small jar, something like that. And that way, what's inside goes out, and you're not wasting nothing. And when you go to hit it again, it's fresh to light. That was the tip of the day. Smoke pipes, not joints. If you smoke by yourself, you'll get more out of it. All right. We're at almost 30 minutes is the longest video I've made. Hopefully, somebody watches it eventually. All right, everybody. Peace. I'm Socrates Fool. Call me the Fool. like, dislike, comment, subscribe. That'd all be cool. Thank you very much for watching. Y'all have a good day.